So once again, good morning everyone and welcome in today's class, day second. So Dhanashi, you have a question that how ServiceNow and ITL are interrelated. Okay, ITL is a framework. ITL is a way to do the things. ServiceNow is a tool to do that thing. Okay, if you remember, if you know that in the earlier days, in the very 20 30 years old time period I'm talking, if you want to inform someone on an emergency basis, what your father or mother do, they go to the post office and they send a telegram. What the people do, they will record your message, they will hand it in your message, and by the coding they send the message to the destination part. Okay, so by the way they are sending is a tool, but the method or the framework they're using is same in across India. Either you need to be sent telegram from Pune to Jalgaon or Jalgaon to Haryana, Haryana to Chandigarh, Chandigarh to Delhi, anywhere you want to send. So it give you a framework. It will give you just a framework that what you can utilize. And then ServiceNow is a tool to utilize that particular stuff. So in today's session, we will discuss more about the ITL, and in the Monday session, we will discuss about the ServiceNow. And then you come to know that how ITL processes has been used or incorporated or has been mapped into the ServiceNow as a tool. Okay, and ServiceNow is just not a one tool available in the market. There's a lot of tools available in the market which uses or using the ITL framework. Okay, now for today's point, let me come to this part. Okay. Okay. So yesterday, what we see basically that ITL is a set of best practice. Service is a means something value I am providing to the customer. Service management is without any risk and all the things will be there. ITL and ITSA will done. Okay. In ITL 4 and ITL 3, the major difference come on the this part. In ITL 3, we have 26 processes plus 4 functions were there. I'm again repeating, in ITL 3 we have 26 processes plus 4 functions were there, but in ITL 4 we have 34 practices. Number one and major point, it is a practice, it is not a process. Okay, the name is same in ITL 4 and ITL 3, but they make a major difference the way it has been used. Okay, let's take example. Approximately 5 or 10 years back, if you purchase a mobile phone, you say I have a mobile phone. As soon the trend is going up, people say I have a cell phone. Nowadays, what people say, I have a smartphone. Smartphone, I mean smartphone means I understand that you have a mobile phone. So the purpose is almost same for that particular phone. Either you purchase phone or the mobile phone 10 years back, 5 years back, or nowadays. The purpose is same, the way of working is same, but the difference between the terms has been come. So this is the major difference, that is in ITL 3 we have 26 processes plus 4 functions. ITL 4 we have a 4 practices. Another point you need to be read out what is function in ITL 3 and what is process in ITL 3. When I say in 4 functions, so what 4 functions were available in ITL 3 that need to be identified. Now in ITL 4, they categorize this in the 3 sections: journal management, service management, and technical service practice. In ITL 3, these were the life cycle, 5 life cycle: transition, strategy, design, operation, and CIS. Now they remove those 5 and they put these 3 as a major one. Now if I go down in journal, they put the strategy management, portfolio management, architecture management, financial management, workforce, continual improvement, measurement reporting, risk. So what they did, if you little deep dive in ITL 3, okay, in ITL 3 when you see, let me check if I have something here. Maybe I can show you. Let me pick up one slide here. In ITL 3, when I say the five, when people say the 5 stages, 5 volumes, so those 5 volumes contain a lot of things in itself. Okay. Yes. Okay. So now you can see design, define, delivery, support, measure, and improve. Okay. So what? So when I say the strategy, if I take example of the ITL 3 strategies, the first component, the first volume, so that includes approximately 5 to 7 processes in itself. But what they did in ITL 3, in ITL 4, they move everything and they put into the one part strategy portfolio. Otherwise, in the ITL 3, these two concepts are in strategy book, in strategy life cycle, but in ITL 4, they put it into the single place that is called the journal management practices, not process. These are the practices, not the process. Okay, so this is the another major change. In ITL 3, we have a 5 life cycles. In ITL 4, we have a 3 criteria of the best practices. So not best practices, 3 criteria of the practices basically, which I can see here. Okay. Now, if I scroll down here, this is the service management practice. So now what they introduce is new is the business analysis, a new practice they introduce. Earlier in ITL 3, it was not there. It was actually not there. In ITL 4, they introduced as a business analysis, one of the area, one of the practice. Service catalog, service design, service level management, availability management. So lot of processes are covered in this. I'm again using the wrong word. A lot of practices has been covered into the service management. It means in ITL 3, the process which is the part of the books service operation and service transition are the part of the service management practice in ITL 4. I'm sure it is little, it's not little, it's a lot of confusing for you guys. But once you do a little bit comparison, once you read ITL 3 and then you read ITL 4 and then you read the comparison, then you guys come to know a lot of things here. So like they introduce a new things, business analysis is a practice, service catalog, survey design, SLM, capacity, service continuity improvement. See, survey desk, it was a function in ITL 3, but it is a practice in ITL 4. So that is the reason I said go and find out the difference between ITL, between the process and the practice. And going forward, your way of thinking should be 360-degree, not the 180. 360-degree you have to see. I will definitely give you some guidelines. I'll definitely give you some links where you can go and read about the stuff. But before that, I'll ask you guys to do some R&D. So this is one of the function which has been become a practice here. Incident management, service request management, problem management, release management, and change management. Okay, let me discuss about this, mainly this 3 to 4 part here. Okay, because these 3 to 4 practices are the part of our service now training as well. One more thing, anyone working in the change management? Anyone who is working in the change management?
Yes, Atul, I am working.
I am working.
Okay.
Change and release management.
Okay, so is Nikhil is there? Who else is there?
Vishwatej.
Vishwajit, right? Okay, so what is the difference in the change management for ITL 3 and ITL 4? Question to both of you, Nikhil and Vishwajit. What is the difference in ITL 4 respective to change management?
To be honest, I've really never thought of it to look out for the differences.
That's okay. Vishwajit, what do you think?
Basically, I have seen that in ITL 4 they have removed that urgent change type. They have only keep normal, standard, and emergency.
That was in ITIL 3 as well. I see from 2000, I guess 10 or 11. I'm reading or the working in ITL. I never see that ITL say other than these three type of changes. But I want to know the core difference, Vishwajit. Core difference.
Core difference. Okay, then I have to
No,
read it.
don't do the deep dive. Let me show you on the screen. ITL 3 called this as a change management. ITIL 4 called it as a change enablement. They did not call it as a management. It is an enablement. Means when you are putting anything new into the production system, you are enabling something. You are managing, definitely one thing is managing, but you are enabling a lot of things, right? Because if you remember yesterday, we say that value value and the co-creation of the value, right? So how you can provide the value to the customer when you enable a new things for them. So this is the major difference, that in the ITIL 3 it was the management, in ITIL 4 this is a enablement. Okay, now for you guys, maybe for everyone, let's discuss about these three major parts. Let me open this. Okay, I'll come to this part. Okay. So as I say, service strategy, design, transition, and operation. Okay. Now let's discuss about major ITL processes. Let me go here in the back. Okay. Because many of our batchmates are not from the IT background. They never see the IT, how IT is working. So let's discuss something interesting at this point of time. Okay, let's take example. Harsha and Tanvi are traveling together. They are the best friends. They go to school or they go to college by their own bike every day. So it was just the first day of the college. Tanvi said, "Okay, I'll take my bike and we'll pick up in the midway, and we go to the college together." Things were going fine. Day one, fine. Day two, fine. Day three, fine. Day four, Tanvi having some issue in the bike. Maybe it's giving a unwanted sound, or it's giving a lot of pollution, or it is not picking up the things as per the prescribed way. Okay, they both go to the mechanic. Okay, and tell, Bhaiya, there is some problem or there's some issue in my bike. Can you check? That mechanic open the bike and do some fixing part and charge some amount. They paid and they come back to home. It was weekend, Monday again they go to the college. They face the same issue into the bike. Again Tanvi go and Harsha go to the mechanic. Again said, Bhaiya, it was done already, but now it's again giving me some issue. Okay, no problem. He again open the bike and do some R&D and fixes something and hand over the bike. Okay, that's fine. After 2 days, again the same issue come. Now Harsha told to Tanvi, there's a problem in your bike. See, did you guys notice the wordings has been changed now? She's not saying there's an issue. She's saying there's a problem in your bike now. What this mean? That something which is not identified by that mechanic is a problem for me. Okay, so before I go to the problem as the term, let me come back a step. Let me take a step back now. So when you are facing some issue in your bike, in ITL term, in IT industry, we called that as a incident. Incident. Incident means the service you are using is not up to the mark, or there is some disruption in the service. Let's take example. Prashant have a Wi-Fi connection at home, broadband connection at home. Okay, his Wi-Fi is fluctuating a lot. It means there's a disruption in the services which has been promised by the Wi-Fi provider or the service provider. Okay, in the same way, when Tanvi purchased that bike, the dealer said, ma'am, it is a very good bike, you will not find any issue in all the things. But now she is facing some issue. It means she is not getting the as expected output from that bike. So this is the first and the core module, core process, core I'll not say, let's not use the word process here. Let's be on the ITIL 4 compliance. The core practice is called the incident management. Okay, so in this case, what happened? Tanvi raised the incident, it go to mechanic do something in the background and fix it and give back to the Tanvi. So it is a life cycle of incident management. Okay, it is a life cycle of the incident management. Means you open an incident, it go to in progress, the mechanic work on that, it provide the solution okay, one thing, in incident we never provide a solution, we always provide a resolution. That okay, is it resolved or not? Solution nahi hota hamare paas kabhi. We always provide the resolution. That what is the resolution on this? Okay, and this is the one of the major difference in the request management. Request never be resolved. Request always be fulfilled. I'm again saying request never be resolved. Request always fulfilled, and incident never be you can say incident never we say solution provided, we always say resolution provided. Resolution has been informed to the customer. Okay, so what resolution that mechanic give to Tanvi is that, ma'am, please drive little slow, your bike is very old now, so it is not supporting that much speed, so please drive slow. Okay, Tanvi agree on that part. After 5 days, she's again facing the same stuff. Now she go to the another mechanic. Bhaiya, there is some problem in my bike. It stuck when I put the speed more than 50 km/h. That mechanic says, okay, ma'am, give me 1 or 2 days. Keep your bike here. Okay, I will check and I will update you. That mechanic open the bike, okay, and do all the R&D, open the engine, open the carburetor or accelerator wire, everything he checked and done that part. Okay, after 2 days, he come to Tanvi came to mechanic and say, okay, bhaiya, ab batao, what is the problem in that? So what is the meaning of the problem here? Number 1 point. Problem means where the root cause is unknown. Okay, that is the problem. Where you don't have the, I not say the root cause, where the cause of one or more problem is unknown. Let's take an example. Okay, in the initial days, approximately a year or 2 years back, when this COVID was spreading, nobody knew that how this has been spreading, but everybody is getting symptoms: fever, shivering, headache, body is feeling very weak, morning sickness, all these things. People are getting a kind of a symptoms. After that, our doctors, our scientists research on that, and they say that this is called this particular disease that is called the COVID, right? So what they did, they understand the symptoms of the different people, and then they come on the conclusion. Okay, so problem it means the problem is the second practice which we use widely in our industry is basically where the cause of one or more incident is unknown is called the problem. In problem, what is the main point in problem is that the person want to identify the root cause. What is the root cause? Let me take example here. Let's take that Dhanashri is a good baker. Okay, she bakes cake very well. Ashwini is a good baker. She bakes the cake very well. One day she bake a cake. Okay, and that cake was not up to the mark. It has no proper ingredients. It was not properly baked. Okay. Now what Ashwini and Dhanashri do at the end? They sit together and they start writing the things on the paper. What material I put into this cake? I put maida, I put wheat, I put sugar, I put milk, I put butter, all the things is there, right? Now the point is that once they're noticing adding this point on the pen and on the paper, they identified till now I buy the butter of X company, but for this particular cake I buy the butter for the Y company. Is butter can be a problem here? Number one, it is not a complete cause. Okay, there is a one cause. Then again, okay, we mix the things, we put into the oven. Now till now they are using a microwave oven to bake the cake, but for today's cake they use the conventional oven. Is that can be a cause? Potentially yes, can be a cause here. So what they are doing, they are identifying the, what I can say, they're identifying the cause or root cause of that particular problem, that why my cake is not baked well today, even though I use the same practice, I use the same process, I use the same steps. So that is called the problem management. Okay, let me take a pause and open for the question answer. Any question till this point? Anyone? Tell me, anyone, any doubt, any question till this point? ये बहुत मजा आ रहा सुनने में.
No, sir.
Sir, can incident occur frequently?
Definitely yes. We saw that example, right? Tanvi
Yeah.
bike is giving a problem every day. Right? Right? That
Yes.
means, so when a same kind of incident occurring again and again and again and again, it become a problem for me. Let's take one more example. Suppose you set up your, yes, Vinush.
Okay, I have a question. Okay, so so you said the cause of one or more incident is unknown. Okay, so okay, so you're saying like, so you are saying a bunch of incidents, okay, with no different, like with different incident numbers can be grouped into a problem.
Yes, definitely. That is the thing.
Okay.
Now let's take example here. Okay.
But
Suppose
those what he mentioned, like one or two different incidents can be combined, but they can be only combined when they have a like a similar issue, no?
see, not similar. No. Nikhil, the wording you're using wrong. They should have a similar symptoms, not the same
Like the
similar
issue,
issue.
like the issue that we like the issue is same for both.
Right.
Issue mentioned is same in all the incidents.
Let's take example here. Suppose I am the trainer here, okay, and you are the participant. Vinuj ping me separately. Atul, your English is very poor. I don't like. Okay, that is one of the problem. That is one of the incident he raised to me. That's fine. After 1 or 2 days, Tanvi also raised a concern to me. Atul, what you are being qualified and you are using very basic English. Use some standard English. Okay, that is another point. Vishwajit says, Atul, your English is very good, but you put little more stress on the example perspective. So now the issue raised by Vinuj and Tanvi has a similar symptoms, but the issue raised by Vishwajit is a different symptom. So what I will do, I will club Vishwajit and Tanvi incident into my problem and start working on the my English part. For Vishwajit, as of now, I will not open any problem record because it is a one incident. Maybe he's facing issue, but rest of the 9 people are not facing issue. So, but for Vishwajit, it is an incident, and I will start working on that incident as well. If tomorrow Nikhil also say, Prashant also say, Ashwini also say, Atul put some more stress on the examples, then it become a problem for me, and then I will club all this four into the one place and raise a problem at my end. Okay, so this is the way that incident has been mapped to the problem. But only one thing should be in the similar symptoms. Should be in the similar symptoms. Nowadays, what happened that if you're feeling fever, people say you have a COVID because they start mapping your normal fever to the COVID now. And maybe it is a season as well. Definitely in Maharashtra, it's a rainy season. So due to rain, the weather is changing. The things are changing very drastically in the body as well. Okay. Just give me a minute, guys. One minute. Okay, in the meantime, anyone has any point to be discussed? Okay, so now this is the problem here. Now let's take another point here that is called the change management. So we have two experts here from the change side, Vishwajit and what I can say, Nikhil is there. Now when Tanvi go to that mechanic told to Tanvi, ma'am, your bike is little old. Okay, we need to be change the wiring in the engine. Okay, listen this point. That mechanic says that, ma'am, we need to change the wiring in the engine. That is creating a problem in your bike. Now Tanvi has two options. Either she say yes to mechanic, ठीक है भैया आप कर दो. But before that, Tanvi has a question in mind. Number one, how much expenses it will be required. Number two, how much time it will be required. Number three, if I fix this, will it be serve my purpose or not? And on the top of that, Tanvi think in her mind, is it required to change the wiring or not? Because my bike is already 15 years old. If I put 2,000 or 5,000 rupees on the wiring, will it be worth it for me? She need to be think on that part. These are the questions which we required, which we discuss, which we analyze when we go for the change management. There's a principle, there's a fundamental called 7R. Okay, you guys need to be read about that 7R in the change management. Okay, if I take example, you guys into this training, why you, because this is change for you. You are changing, means I know that one of two people are not from the IT background. They're changing their background, they're changing from non-IT to the IT background. So they think in their mind before they come to me, is it worth it for me to go into the IT or not? Shall I proceed for this course or not? What is the costing for this cost? What is the benefit I am getting? What is the risk I'm involving now? So all these things Tanvi put in her mind. Suppose mechanic says, madam, it will be required 10,000 rupees. 10,000 very big amount for Tanvi because she's a college going student. Okay, she go back to home. She consulted with his brother and father that this is the problem in my bike and mechanic suggested this thing to me. Now what to do? Tanvi brother says, let's not do this part. It's very old bike. Let's sell it out and give you a new bike to you. Tanvi father says, no, let's use this bike. We have little financial crisis now. Maybe after 6 months or 1 year, we'll take a new bike. Then final decision come into the picture. Let's proceed with the change. Father and brother both are agree. Let's proceed with the change. Now Tanvi go back to the mechanic and negotiate on the costing part. नहीं भैया 10,000 तो बहुत ज़्यादा है. This settlement the things on the 8,000 rupees. Mechanic says, okay ma'am, come after 2 days, your bike will be ready. What mechanic is doing? Mechanic is doing the change enablement. He is making the change in the bike. He will open the complete bike, do the complete wiring, end-to-end wiring. He will do the testing as well. He will keep the bike for 1 day with him, use the bike, go to the pick up the things, put the more speed, less speed, pollution, everything he will check. And after 2 days when Tanvi come, okay bhaiya, give me the bike. Tanvi take a test ride. She confirm that okay, it's working fine. She done the payment and change is marked closed here. In IT industry, these 3 parameters, these 3 processes work in a triangle format: incident, problem, and change. If you are working in ServiceNow as a consultant or as a business analyst or as an architect or as a developer, you should know these 3 concepts by heart. If you don't know these 3 concepts, it means you are not getting good things into the IT industry. Now I will stop myself and open for the question answer. Any question, any doubt, any clarification? Yes, no, हाँ ना?
No, understood.
No.
No, sir.
Vishwajit, Prashant, Arun, Ashwini?
No, Atul.
No.
Okay, good. So these are the 3 main processes here. Let me introduce one more process into the picture. Okay. And then we will go for this particular discussion, quickly discussion on that part. Okay.
I think
Now,
Atul, I think you said we had the word process for the ITL V3, right? Whereas in the
right,
V4 we have the word practice, right?
right.
So oftenly we do use the first word, right? More oftenly, right?
That
During
is
the
that
talk or
exactly.
during the right.
Right.
So yes.
So that is the problem we have nowadays, Arun. We are saying that I said I am ITIL 4 guy. I am ITIL 4 resource. So I
Right.
should make a changes in my words as well, in my terms as well. If I will able to make change, only then I can communicate with my customer on that front. Okay. So these things come into the picture a slowly manner.
True. So during the workshop or let's say during the client interaction, see, client will not be knowing all those things, right? Then how do we define, like, see, in our case when Tanvi said, "Na, yeah, but please, arrange the bike or please do the repairing part of the bike," right? So see,
Right.
in that case, Tanvi doesn't know anything about these big words, right? Like change or what needs to be done, right? Because she is not sure about what needs to be changed in the bike, whereas as the bike person or the mechanic, right, he knows everything, right? Like he's the expert there, right? So when we put ourselves in the expert shoes, right, in the mechanical shoes, that time he knows that this is falling under which phase or which life cycle, right?
Right.
Right. So the question comes out here is the when we say it, the process and practice. So it means we mostly use the word practices a lot, right, during the talk or during the conversation with the client or I mean
Right.
to understand this part, right?
Right.
The second part is about then but I feel so. I mean, it looks to me, more on the theoretical side. Like, I mean, if you see,
ITIL is completely theoretical. ITIL
okay,
is the implementation. You cannot do ITIL in the tool, but by using the ITIL, we can use the tool actually.
Right. So in the starting of the today's call, right? Today's I mean
Mhm.
class, right? So you mentioned about the service now is a way of doing the ITL 4, right?
Yes,
I mean,
right, right.
right,
ITIL
right.
4
So
compliant. I not say ITIL 4. They say ITIL compliance. ITIL 4. They're not
right,
saying ITIL
right.
compliance. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's the way proper. I mean it's a proper understanding proper word, right? And
Right.
so in the same way there are other vendors as well in the market who are ITL 4 or ITL 4 compliant, right? And
Mhm.
so now the question here comes out the so it means the entire service now is based on these practices, right? Uh,
Yes.
I
more
mean to say,
more
right.
more than that actually. That is what I'm saying, that on in the Monday call, when we open when we discuss in the Monday call, I will tell you that what include into the service now. So all the practices which you are able to see here almost will be available in the service now as well. I'm saying almost, not all. Like business analysis is
Okay.
not in service now. Service
Oh,
design is not in service now, because these are the theoretical part which you
okay.
need to do on the pen and paper basically. But like SLM, you can see catalog, you can see
Right.
capacity and performance, you can see CIS, you can see monitoring, you can see survey desk is not available as directly, but indirectly it is available. Incident, you can see there.
Right.
Okay.
Uh, uh, okay. So my the question was, or the understanding was, so it means the basic principles or the practices from the ITIL 4 needs to be understood thoroughly, right, to work on the service
Yes.
now.
Right. See, it
Okay.
also depend that what type of customer you are dealing actually. Maybe the company, the customer you're dealing, they already have a ITIL compliance. Then they will talk you in the ITIL terms only, and that look good because we both are on the same level now.
Right.
Okay, that's also depend on the your customer maturity as well. Okay, but for you guys to enter into the market, the basic things you need to be understand, that what is ITL, what is service management, what is incident change problem, all these things need to be understand on the basics part, because these are required in our service now training as well. Okay,
Right. Right. Thanks, Natullah. And
no
I think I
problem.
need to also read about the ITIL 4, the practices once again, and then also about the 7R, because we just
Right,
touched upon 7R but not in detail. So
right,
okay, thanks
right.
for it. Yeah.
Okay, now let me introduce one more, what I can say, the practice here. Okay, that mechanic who fixing the problem in Tanvi's bike, how he will able to fix that part, because he has the knowledge in that area, he has expertise in that area, right? When I say he's expertise, he has a knowledge, it means he did not get the knowledge in day one or day two. It take time for him to get that knowledge. He reads some books, he do some practical, he work on the major problems or the things. Only then he come to know on this particular conclusion that he's expertise in that area. It means, so with this I am putting a new practice called the knowledge management. Okay, why? What is the knowledge management basically? Or let me take a little more example. How many of you have a habit to make the notes from the book? Everybody definitely. I'm sure that everybody has a habit of this while
Yeah,
reading
please
any
count me
book.
in. Yeah, please
May,
count me in.
yes, maybe it's on the computer you are making, in the pen or paper you are making. Definitely. What do you say, Harsha? You have a habit to making notes,
Yes.
right? So when you say that you are habit to having to habit to make a notes, when you use that notes actually, all time or on some critical time period?
When we want to use the data from the notes, like if we get questions regarding that part, then
Right, right.
we search for the solution in that
Yes. So
notes.
so let's take example here. I'm in the BTech, okay, and I'm having some problem on the derivations. derivations. I forgot. Yes, derivations in the mathematics. Okay. I reach out to Harsha. Harsha, I'm facing this problem. Harsha say, yes, I was also facing this issue, and I noted down the solution somewhere. Let me find out for you. Harsha go to her room, open the wardrobes, and try to identify that in which notebook she mentioned those things. She identified that notebook. She bring it back for me and say, okay, Atul, this is the solution here. It means that Harsha is using the knowledge article. She make a specific note for that particular question. If tomorrow anyone else also come to Harsha home for the same issue, she will use the same notes, right? So in short, I want to put it here that in our IT industry, okay, when any executive, when any service desk, any agent is working on your issue, they are using the knowledge article in the background. Let's take an example here. If I can show you. Let me open this. Anyone buy any new phone in the latest time period? Any of the new phone? Or any new gadget someone buy? Laptop, tab, mobile phone, refrigerator, AC, something. Okay, let it be open. I'll show you one example here. Yes, okay. Configure Outlook in Windows 10. Okay, I'll open this. This thing. Okay, there's a site support.com. I write a question that I want to set up an Outlook. What is this? What is this? This is the knowledge article, nothing else. Let me open the Microsoft website. Microsoft support. Okay. Open this Microsoft support, and now you will be able to see the knowledge articles which is created by Microsoft. See, Microsoft says what issue you are getting here. I said I'm getting in the problem in the Outlook. Okay. Let me put my question here. Outlook error. See, these are the knowledge articles which has been created by Microsoft to provide you the solution. Okay, in the background, these article has been or will be used or is used or were used by the Microsoft executives as well to provide the solution to you guys. So in short, knowledge article is a collection, or knowledge management is a practice which says the collection of a lot of knowledge articles which help executives, agent, or customers or the end user to provide the quick solution here. So this is one of the another practice which we discuss. We will do little deep dive in ServiceNow as well, but for you, for the weekend homework, you guys need to do or need to understand incident change, problem knowledge, and the request management from the ITIL perspective. Okay, that is the one thing. Now I'll come to this point. So this is the example, like let's say Vinod is facing some issue in the Wi-Fi. Vinuj called to the team, and that team we called as a survey desk. Okay, so Vinuj can send an email to them, can mail them, call them from the portal. He can do that part. Okay, he call them. In the background, that agent pick up the call and say, hello Mr. Vinuj, what problem you are facing, what issue you are facing. Vinuj say, my internet is fluctuating a lot, can you fix this problem? What that agent will do, he will create an incident record, a ticket record for Vinuj. Okay, and send that ticket to the respective team. When I say the respective team, it can be your L2 team or L3 team. That Mr. Vinuj raised an incident, he's facing some issue in the Wi-Fi. Can some agent can check that part? Some engineer can check that part. Okay, Vinuj asked to the agent, Madam, how much time you will take to resolve my problem, my issue? They said, sir, it will be resolved in the 4 hours. What is this 4 hours means? This is called the SLA, service level agreement. Okay, like when you order something from any of the e-commerce website, you get a message, your product will be delivered by this time period. What is that this time period? This time period is basically called the SLA, service level agreement. Okay, and in the background, the team start working on the same, and finally they provide the resolution to the customer. That after 3 hours, Vinuj get a call from the service provider, and the service provider asks, sir, could you please check your Wi-Fi now and let us know your feedback? Yes, it is working fine now. Can I close your incident? Yes, you can close my incident. So this is the high level, it is very high level for you guys at point of time. But when we do the ServiceNow thing, we will see all these things one by one. We will see how we can create an incident, how we can create SLA, where we can define the SLA. All these things we will discuss in the detail. Okay. Now, any doubt, any question? Anyone? Prashant, Dhanashri, Tanvi, Vishwajit, Ashwani, Vinoj, Arun.
No.
All fine, or you can ask any other question. Don't think about the others, what others will think. We are here to do the knowledge, right? That is the thing.
So I hope Atul, the knowledge management part is not finished here in this time only. I hope so.
So sorry.
Or I hope this knowledge management practice or the entire module is not finished, right? It just started. I hope so. Or
today,
an example.
Today I just give you the overview. These
Right.
things we will cover into the ServiceNow in the deep dive manner.
Okay.
That how, what is the meaning of the knowledge article? How I can, now you can see here, like if I open this, you can see these are the knowledge article. But how this knowledge article can be created? Where in ServiceNow you can go and create it? In my company, in let's take example. Okay, suppose Ashwani is she's married now. Okay, she don't want that few of the things should be visible to her kid. What she do? She will put some lock on that particular wardrobe. In the same manner, I don't want that this article should be visible to you guys. See, now I am giving you the training, but I don't want that from where I'm getting this knowledge. I'm copy pasting something, I'm reading something in the background, I'm referring some other websites or something that I don't want to share with you. Like, so in the same manner, knowledge management say what article you want to be available for the my other customers, like these articles. Microsoft put these articles openly for anyone. But if you write it here, MS balance sheet, maybe you will not able to find the balance sheet which we are looking for here. See, it's showing balance is only one thing, but it's not showing the balance sheet for me. It means this type of article is only visible to the company employee or the higher management only, not to the arm public. Okay, so let me go back here. So these are the practices which we going to be covered in our ServiceNow training. Okay, little bit on the configuration management as well. So it is just a journey has been started now, and at last in the last technical part we have a deployment management. This was something newly they introduced. Infrastructure and the platform management, it is newly introduced, and software development management, I can say agile they'll be using at this point of time. Okay, but our main concentration of ServiceNow will be in this area only. In this area, we will see catalog, SLM we will see the service desk, incident, request, problem, everything, almost things we will cover as part of our training here, and plus many more are there. Now if I scroll down here, I'll not explain this is the thing because you already, it's your homework, not for my homework now. Okay. Yes. So these are the things which is required for me to tell you in the 2 days session that what is ITSM and what is ITSM or the ITIL processes or the practice here. Okay. Now any doubt, any question, any clarification required, anyone? Harsha, Tanvi, Dhanashri, Nikhil, Vishwajit. Yes, no, to bolo na.
No.
No, Atul.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So let's do one thing. Let me stop the recording here first. Okay.